Please be seated. So this morning we find Jesus at the beginning of his earthly ministry. He is in Galilee when he meets Philip, who responds to Jesus' call to follow as though he's been waiting for it all his life. And Philip finds his friend Nathanael. We have found him about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph, from Nazareth. You can just hear the youthful earnestness and optimism, which is met with a cynical quip. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? I think we all know that feeling. We're really excited about something. We're really proud of something, and we bring it to someone else, and it's met with rejection. It's not a good feeling. I can imagine responding all sorts of ways to Nathanael. Loud and defensive, I might point out Nathanael's response is a bigoted slur. I might yell at him for hurting my feelings. I might shut down completely and walk away. His loss. But Philip, clearly and fortunately, is not me. And his response is brilliant and simple. Come and see, he says. And Nathanael does come and see, and what he finds is a God who meets him right where he is, who playfully quips right back. Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit. A God who knows him. And most importantly, a God who loves him. A God who cuts through that protective barrier and tells him, oh, you think this is good? You ain't seen nothing yet. This world is going to change. Everything will be made new. It's hard to invite people into Christian community. It is hard to invite people to church. It's hard, particularly, to use words to explain what all this is about. In my experience, it is generally ineffective to start out with theological statements or proselytizing. So I think this come and see approach that Philip and Jesus model so well for us this morning is more at the heart of what this Christian thing is about. And as it turned out, an awfully effective evangelism strategy. Because ours is a lived faith. And when we show the love of God through our actions, we're fostering what we might call come and see moments. This year's Christmas letter from Scott included a message from vestry member Kirby Marion. She reminded us that, quote, the final part of St. John's mission statement states that we are to manifest God's love through action. As a community, we have always been proud of our actions, from feeding the hungry, clothing the weary, and providing transportation for the youth of the area, unquote. That same email included a message from another vestry member, Laura Pierpoint, who told us, quote, if there's one thing we parents really want for our kids. It's for them to understand, to listen, to see, and to bring action and justice into the communities around them. And in providing these opportunities, we can make a huge difference in our community, and we can start to grow the church. Unquote. This business of feeding the hungry, visiting the prisoner, caring for the sick, advocating for justice, and fighting discrimination and oppression of any kind, it's not just one arm of our lives together. It's not just what we might think of as outreach and justice ministry. It's who we are. It is the way that Jesus promised us we can come and see him over and over. And the way we can provide opportunities for others to do the same. Tomorrow we celebrate the life of Christian martyr, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who insisted the church must, quote, reaffirm over and over again the essential immorality of racial segregation. Beyond that, though, he insisted that the church must show this message in how its members conduct themselves, get involved, and welcome all people. He said, quote, "It is not enough for the church to work in the ideological realm and to clear up misguided ideas. To remain awake through the social revolution, the church must engage in strong action to get rid of the last vestiges of segregation and discrimination." King spoke those words in 1966. He was calling for the church to support new civil rights legislation. He was asking them to write their representatives and mobilize support within the community. And then, as now, Christian leaders were hesitant to wade in those waters, to not just talk, but to act. But King insisted we must show the love of God. We must act. And then we must invite others to come and see. Cynicism, like Nathaniel's, is a protective armor. I get it. I use it too. It is so much easier to joke and to quip and to deflect and to reject than it is to imagine something better for ourselves and for everyone else. Because we don't want to be disappointed. We don't want to get played. We don't want to be told that we're naive in this hard, hard world. But Jesus does offer us something new and something different. Jesus does offer us the way to hope, the way to possibility. God's unlimited and unrestricted love. And the reality of a whole new world to come. In following Jesus, our action provides a glimpse of that whole new world. Do you have a come and see story? I've heard quite a few over the years. People who saw the love of God manifest through Christian action, who joined the church when they saw it was not segregated like every other institution in that town, who joined the church when they saw people of all sexual orientations and of all genders welcomed and celebrated, who joined the church because they saw members marching for justice, who saw members visiting prison, who saw members protecting and respecting sick and disabled people, who saw members welcoming immigrants, all in the name of God. I saw a few nods. I would love to hear your come and see stories. Please find me. Okay, now, just imagine. Imagine the stories people we don't even know yet, people we have not met yet. Imagine the come and see stories they will tell years from now. Because we at St. John's took action, and then, like brave, sweet Philip, said to our friends and our neighbors and our family members, come and see. Come and see. Come and see us care for one another like family. Come and see as we make and pack lunches for Vision. Come and see as we provide warm clothes and blankets for unhoused people. Come and see as we support and show up for our partner Genesis, which centers its work on the most vulnerable in our communities. Come and see him about whom Moses and the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph, from Nazareth.